I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule wealth and do have the 100% truth. Peace and blessings to the brothers who are out there on the highways and byways pushing this truth across the planet. I want to start this video off with Proverbs 24:16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. And not really getting too far into it. I've had a few stumbling blocks thrown my way here lately. Uh, Actually, it's been over a long period of time, but uh, Dawada Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. I've seen my way out of it. Um, uh, just to mention a few things like unemployment, injury, losing a computer, not having a device to continue with this YouTube channel. But you know, what happens is you start stumbling, and then that stumbling very easily becomes tarrying, right? And at the end of the day, it's all BS. It's all excuses to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And you got to get back on your post. You got to get back on your watch. If you're a man, if you're an Israelite man, this is what you're called to do. And right here in Joel 2:1, it says it, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and as an Israelite man, prophet of the Lord or a hopeful elect, that's what you're to do. You're supposed to be occupied in prophecy, and you're supposed to be watching out for Israel and pushing this truth, as well as letting Israel know what's on the horizon. And then right now we have a lot, coming our way. We have a pestilence, right, here right now, plaguing the world. So it says Joel 2:1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble." Right, and right now that's exactly what's going on. All these nations, they're losing their mind. Their leaders, they're losing their minds. Right. Uh, you have countries left and right that are shutting their borders. As of today, Germany and Canada, just to name a couple of them. And you better believe that the Babylon the Great, aka United States, that they're going to do the same. You know, um, they've been putting this off. DJ Trump been putting this off as a joke since the very beginning. But everything that's happened in these other countries has eventually happened here in the United States, if not worse, because of how poorly prepared these people really are. It says, all right, back to Joel 2:1. It says, "For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." And that's exactly what's going on right now. Is the day of the Lord is on its way, and this is just a fuse to the powder keg, right? People not being able to go to work, go to school, go to the movies, gym, whatever. Man, this ain't nothing. Grocery stores running out of stuff. This isn't anything compared to like what's on the way. You know, and this kid, this you know is going to lead, Lord willing, to the remaining prophecies. Things like Armageddon, economic collapse, martial law, famine, um, eventually the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, right? Because as you see here, they got they're showing the stock market, the New York Stock Exchange, and they got the Dow Jones index up. Why? Because it's been pretty much crashing. The stock market's pretty much been collapsing. And these witches, they've been pulling their bullshit. These Edomites have been, you know, been performing their magic to prop up this fraudulent stock market and this phony money, right? And it's a day by day thing. They're getting away with not collapsing their economy one day at a time, but they're running out of things that they can do in order to keep it propped up, and to really, really close to crashing at the end of the day. Today, the Dow Jones was down 3,000 points, and they said that was the biggest drop ever, and that the stock market hasn't seen something like that uh, since the 80s. But they're lying. They ain't never seen anything like that. This is the most the stock market has been hit ever, right? So moving on, Second Ezra's 15:11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, Slakia, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Right? And notice how and this is why Edomites, they don't like dealing with the Apocrypha, because of how straightforward and it is, and the things that it says. You can't get around it. It's plain. So this is why the Edomites have done everything in their power to remove the Apocrypha uh, from the Bible. So the second Ezra is 15:11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Right, and this is the part to pay attention to right here. It says, smite Egypt with plagues as before. You know, and in the Bible, Egypt wasn't smited with plagues but one time. You know, so this is prophetic. It's speaking of a of a time after the original Egypt uh, was destroyed by plagues by the Heavenly Father. By Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And it's speaking of today. It's speaking of right now, right? And this plague of pestilence started on the other side of the planet in the old world. The United States is claiming that it started in China, you know, but now it's in Babylon, aka USA, you know, and so the plague is here, the pestilence is here, and this pestilence, uh, you know, this pestilence, Lord willing, will lead to the remaining prophecies, because this was it. You know, some economists was talking about uh, the prick in the bubble. That you know America's been surviving off all these different financial bubbles, economic bubbles that are all over the place. And was just waiting for a prick to pop them. And this is that prick. This is that lit fuse to the powder keg, if you will, right? That's gonna bring the rest of the prophecies, you know, to fruition. And Lord willing, I'll be getting into those individual prophecies, as we go day by day, because every day, and if for those watchmen paying attention, every day the headlines hit every one of the prophecies without fail. I mean, anywhere from martial law, like you have martial law in New Rochelle, New York, right? That city's completely, you can't do shit there. You can't do anything. You're not going anywhere, right? It's just completely locked down. So martial law is already in America, right? And DJ Trump was dodging bullets today during the brief, right? During the coronavirus brief, White House brief. And he wouldn't, of course, he wouldn't answer, uh, the question straightforward, but they're giving their recommendations out right now via the CDC as to what each state and city should be doing, and they're going to reassess that in however many days. They said 15 days, but you best believe it ain't going to take 15 days for them to start locking different cities down, depending on, who got to what, and all that. But martial law is about to hit the United States, like basically every state, countrywide. All right. This is Psalms 137 and 7. And this is why all this is happening, you know. The Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is remembering Israel, you know, which, who are the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, right? And those that are scattered among all the nations looking like the other nations, but come from the seed of Israel, Jacob and our forefathers, you know, um, Abraham and Isaac. And this is Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, remember, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against a stone. And this is coming down the pipe right here, right? This is why these Edomites, man, these so-called white people, they are scared shitless. You see them at the gas station, the grocery store. No matter where they're at, they are frightened. They're completely lost. Their governors, their princes, their president, their God King, DJ Trump is completely failing these people, and they know it. They're buying the grocery stores out of every last damn thing, whether they need it or not. Also, gun sales are through the roof. Not too many media outlets are touching on that, but it's true. I mean, you know, um, the one source that I was paying attention to said that gun sales were up, 10 times what they were before this this contagion, right? And that's significant. And that it you know it's a little bit of each heathen nation, but primarily who's going to be buying firearms is Edom, because that was Esau's blessing, was the sword. So it's these Edomites, these so-called white people, who are buying up these arms because they know where this is headed, right? They see the writing on the wall, and they're guilty, right? So because they're guilty, they even if it's subconsciously, they understand what's coming down the pipe. So this is Psalms 137:7. Remember, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the children of Edom. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has remembered Edom and other heathen nations. And that's why they're being plagued right now as we speak. Like, it's happening, right? There's no denying it. And this is just the beginning. In the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. This is just the very beginning. I mean, it's coming. It's on its way. For Edom and the 2/3 of Israel, they're going to get it too. Psalms 137:8. O daughter of Babylon. So you see how it referred to the children of Edom and then the daughter of Babylon, because America's Babylon, the reincarnation of Babylon. So the same spirit that was in Babylon is here in the United States. And the children of Edom, right, the descendants of Esau, right, who are the Edomites, that's who's running the reincarnation of Babylon the Great, daughter of Babylon. Okay. So that's plain right there. All right. That's so-called white people, right? Self-proclaimed white people who descend back to Esau, right? Are descendants of Esau, Edom, right? Y'all are the modern day Babylonians, and this is your baby, right? This is your empire. This is your kingdom, all right? Who art to be destroyed, and that's exactly what's going to happen. You're being destroyed as we speak, and right now it's, you know, through your financial system, right? Through your medical system, your economy is getting hit, right? And so far the numbers are small, but um, this virus is doing work, you know, especially on the elderly. But Lord willing, this thing really gets on and popping, and just destroys these people in a different way, like through economic collapse or famine, right? Which is going to happen, right? Because that's what it says in prophecy, you know. So like this is it, Michael Jackson. This is it, you know. Well, like the elder Malcolm from Chicago, like how what he said when during the Passover, right, was welcome to he said welcome to the end of the world, and he's right. Welcome to the end of the world, and this is just the start. Then the prophets, the seers, the watchmen, like we see it, you see it, you feel it, right? And you know like I was, they didn't know what I was talking about, but like I was at work and I told someone that I don't remember a time where I was happier, right? And it's like it's a joy and a healthy fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know. But seriously, this is if you are an Israelite, and you have faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and you believe, you know, believe the scriptures to be true, then you should be happy too that this is going down, because that means all this shit is almost over, you know, all this suffering, this slavery, the curses that we have to live through on a day to day, it's on its way out, but a bunch of bad shit has to happen first, right? So happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us, right? And that's coming to fruition, right? Because after these prophecies have been fulfilled, the tables are going to turn, so to speak. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. So one thing that's going to happen is exactly that. Whatever they did to us is going to be tossed back to them, especially in the kingdom after the return of our Lord and Savior Yahushua, right? But they're going to get a little bit on this end too, right? Because once this economic collapse goes down, people start getting chipped. Uh, there's a so-called controlled famine. Not that there's like a shortage of produce or meat, but the fact that cities ain't getting it no more. Uh, then the guns are gonna come out, and then when the guns come out, right, when the swords come out, it's gonna be on and popping. It's gonna be sedition amongst men, every man for himself, right? And it's gonna go, and it's gonna get, it's gonna get fucking medieval real fucking quick, and it's gonna go down, you know, and the veil, you know, the water Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the veil has been lifted on these Edomites, and they have been completely exposed. You know, the world knows who they are. Everybody knows who they are now. You know, and they're gonna receive their reward. That rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Okay, this is Obadiah. All right, Obadiah 1:3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. They're self-proclaimed Caucasian, so there's that. That's a cut. That's straightforward. That's plain. Whose habitation is high. The Caucasus Mountains, these skyscrapers in New York that they're so damn proud of. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's every time DJ Trump takes to the fucking podium, giving these White House briefings. That's That's the attitude that man has. Who shall bring me down to the ground? He doesn't think a virus can do it. He doesn't think an enemy nation or nations can do it. He doesn't think anybody can do it. And this dude had the nerve to tweet today, God bless America. He really, really, these Edomites, so-called white people, self-proclaimed Caucasians, they really feel that way. Who shall bring them down? Who's going to bring them down? Who's going to bring America down? This virus? Oh, this virus ain't going to do it. Oh, even though their stock market is getting wrecked, right? They're working their magic to keep it propped up, you know? They really don't think they're ever going to get touched. And when you see these Edomites, these so-called white people in the grocery store, they're actually appalled that there's a pandemic in the United States. Like they're above it. Like this is America, and these so-called white people, they cannot believe that it's happening here, because it's not something that should happen to so-called white people because they're just that proud, you know. Obadiah 1 and 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, eagle faced Trump, right? United States of America's symbol is the eagle. And they use it all throughout Europe as well for a symbol. And though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So at their highest, at their highest, at the most proudest, right when they think they're going to sit down and they're just going to eat for free, you know, that's when the Lord's going to bring them down. And that's what's going down right now, and it shows, and it's being broadcasted through every media outlet. Like I said, every prophecy, and every play that you read about is coming down the line and is getting set up, like dominoes, and it's about to get all knocked over, right in a row, you know. Leah